Say, bro, you need to start vlogging.
I should start vlogging.
Along with your haircut, along with your channel.
Bro,
Yeah.
that's something to think about. I never thought about doing anything like that,
I'm
man.
telling you, you will get a lot of views, a lot of subscribers. Don't forget about me now.
I'm not gonna forget about you, bro.
All right. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I'm gonna holler at you, though.
Appreciate it, man.
You're father man.
Alright, YouTube, to kick this haircut off, I'm gonna start combing my client's hair. He want a 1.5, so I'm gonna give him a 1.5 all over, high taper. And you know what I'm saying? If you stick around long enough, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notification. But at the end of this video, you're gonna want to subscribe to this channel. So let's get it.
You're father man.
Then I'm put the 1.5 guard on my Babyless Pros. He said he wanted a 1.5 all over, so I didn't want to knock the waves down. So you know what I'm saying? I just wanted just to show you guys that a lot of people use the other 1.5, which is the 1 guard open. But it seems like to me the actual 1.5 guard, the bigger guard, it takes off less hair, so you won't have to worry about taking off more. I mean, if you don't understand what I'm saying, just rewind the video and you'll get a great understanding. But yeah, I go in with the 1.5, make sure everything is even all over, and then I just come back to the next step. After I cut the hair down to a desired length, I take my brush and I brush my client's hair all over so it can lay down, because I want to feed the clippers through his hair very smooth, because you know what I'm saying, when I get through cutting his hair down, I just didn't want to grab my clippers and just go straight to cut. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure everything's laid down perfectly and even, so therefore, you know what I'm saying, I can give him a clean cut. Now guys, I take my Vader trimmers and I make my first initial guideline. But I want to just let you guys know, when you first make your first initial guideline, make sure, and I repeat, make sure your line is straight. I mean, you can make your line, you know what I'm saying, every barber had their own signature of how they make their first initial guidelines. But on me, on the other hand, I make my guidelines straight, because you know what I'm saying, I want my haircut to be straight, so I'm gonna make the guidelines straight. And then therefore I will come back with the following guards or shavers. So stick around so you can just see the final results. Then I fall in with my foil shavers. The only thing I'm doing is just getting a little stubbles that my trimmers couldn't get. And I just want to make that part right there as bald as possible, because that's the most important part of the fade right there, the bald part. But a lot of my clients, they really don't like the shavers on their temper. So, you know what I'm saying? But to all barbers out there, do not put too much pressure on your client's temper, because, you know, it's just a point of, you know what I'm saying, that what causes bumps and abrasions and stuff like that.
Your father man.
Then I come back, no guards, blades open, to start my first initial primary guideline. Now I do have a first initial guideline, but this guideline right here is my first initial primary guideline. So therefore, you know what I'm saying, that's where the fade will take effect at, in between the blades open, because that's where most of the adjusting come. So you know what I'm saying, the haircut can just be finalized, and you know what I'm saying, it can be like a fresh cut, you know what I'm saying? So if you stick around long enough, please hit that subscribe button, because hey man, it's worth hitting that subscribe button, watching Black Prince the Barber videos. But with that being said, just, you know what I'm saying, just take notes, and if you kind of like getting mixed up with my blades and the way I'm adjusting, you know, you can always rewind this video, because it's YouTube, baby. Then I come in my one guard open, going up an inch as well. And I don't want to feed too much in that parietal ridge area because I want to save as much hair as I can, because you know what I'm saying, I don't want to take the fade up too high. But constantly go over your work and make sure all the hairs are laying down fine, because you know what I'm saying, you want your blend to be smooth as possible. But you know what I'm saying, if it takes you for to just keep on going over the client's hair, because sometimes the client's hair grows in different directions, so you have to cut against the grain to make their hair match the other hairs that's laying down. But with that being said, man, hey, let's just stick to it and just watch this tutorial. Then I come back with my 1.5 guard, going against the grain on the parietal ridge area. Now I'm about to start my fade down process. Remember to always keep on constantly going over the client's hair, because you know what I'm saying, you want it to lay down as smooth as possible so you can come back with the next following step. But always remember, when you cutting hair, man, just always think neat. You know what I'm saying? Because always remember to start a haircut off neat, it's gonna end neat. So with that being said, man, hey, let's just enjoy this video. And if you stuck around long enough, please hit that subscribe button, because your boy Black Prince the Barber will be laying them cuts down. And on another note, I will be vlogging on this channel as well. So let's get it. Now this is my down fade technique. I put my number 1 guard back on. I do have it open, so I put my number 1 guard back on, going against the grain, against the 1.5, because you know what I'm saying, I just want to make sure all them little hairs are being removed by that 1 guard open against the grain with the 1.5 cut down. But yeah, make sure, you know what I'm saying, you use the corners of your blades when you have your guards on, because you know what I'm saying, that's the most important part of the haircut once you start, you know what I'm saying, knocking the line out. So remember to always use the corners. Now, I'm not a really big fan of the 0.5 guard. The 0.5 guard is actually the 0 magnetic guard, but when you say 0.5, I put my 0.5 on my Beverly's FX, and I just started to use the corners, because with the 0.5 guard, you have to do a lot of adjusting just to, you know what I'm saying, knock out that line. So actually, that's a lot of trouble for me, because I can just take my purple magnetic 0 guard and just close them and just knock the line out. But there's a lot of adjusting with the 0.5. But with that being said, man, that fade is coming together, and you know what I'm saying, remember to always use your corners. Then I come back with my Beverly's Pros. I have my blades closed. The only thing I'm doing right now is just kind of like feathering that first initial guideline, because I want to come back with the next, with my trimmers rather, for the, you know what I'm saying, knock it on out. But the only thing I'm doing right now is just a little light detail work to, you know what I'm saying, make everything just come together, because I want to compress my fade. So with that being said, man, just whatever you put the line in with, go back and take it out with that same trimmer. Alright guys, like I said, whatever you put the first initial guideline in with, you go back and use the corner of your blades and, you know, just take it out with the same thing you put them in with. But I'm gonna tell you one thing, do not put too much pressure on it, because you know what I'm saying, the client's skin is very sensitive. But with that being said, man, just look how that fade is coming about, and you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be like that all over. So, you know, when I first started cutting hair, one side used to be higher than the other, but you know what I'm saying, that'd been like 30 years ago, but look how far I made it now. YouTube, I fall back with my number 1 guards. The only thing I'm doing, just doing a little light detail work. Not too much, but you know what I'm saying, enough to, you know what I'm saying, make the fade just come to what it's supposed to be. But yeah, so you guys can see the fade coming about, and let's get it. Key reminder, remember to always use the corner of your blades, man. I mean, that's all it takes. Some barbers always use the whole blade. It depends on what area of the head is you cutting in. But me on the other hand, if I'm working on a tight spot, man, pause on that, I'm gonna use the corner of my blade. YouTube, this side is exactly like the other side. I put my first initial guideline in with my trimmers, then I follow back with my shavers. And after I get done with my shavers, I open my bevelers up and, you know what I'm saying, make my second initial guideline, followed by the one guard open as well, you know what I'm saying. Remember to make everything smooth and lay down real good. After that, I put my 1.5 guard on, and then I start to go up to the parietal ridge and make sure I'm cleaning out the buck because I don't want to leave no buck. Then I slap the number 2 on and go over. So, you know what I'm saying, everything start laying down. Now I'm in my fade down technique. The only thing I'm doing right now, just doing a lot of detail work with the 0.5 guard, and then I come back with my blades closed. But remember to always do adjusting because, you know what I'm saying, that's the most important part of the whole haircut process. And now you see me working on the beard. So everything's coming together, so let's just get it.
God, you're fun, man.
Remember, I cut my client hair down to 1.5, but behind the ear, you know what I'm saying, it was a little longer. So what I did, I got my one guard, I closed it, and I just barely went at the tip of his edge up on the nape of his neck because, you know what I'm saying, I didn't want to just take off too much because, you know what I'm saying, make the whole haircut look kind of weird. But the only thing I did, just put my one guard on, closed it, and you know what I'm saying, I just went at the tip of his edge up on the nape of his neck. So with that being said, man, remember to always check your work twice. Alright now guys, now I'm about to prep up for the edge up. The same thing you see me do to the nape of his neck, you know what I'm saying, at the back, I'm doing the same thing to the front because, you know, those are the areas that's most important, the edge up. So remember to always go a guard smaller when you know what I'm saying, about to prep up for the edge up. But like I said, I have my blades, I have my guards closed, and I'm just going to the tip of his edge up so his edge up can pop. Now guys, I'm applying a little holding spray so his edge up, you know what I'm saying, can pop a little. See, the holding spray just holding the hairs in place. So when you put the trimmers on them, ooh boy, they're gonna be hitting. So stick around. Alright guys, after I let the holding spray dry up on his hair, I take my trimmers and I work my way from the middle to his right. So you know what I'm saying, remember to always just take your time because, you know what I'm saying, that's the most important part of the haircut, the edge up. So you know what I'm saying, you want to make sure everything is as even as possible before you proceed to the next step.
God, you're fun, man. God, you're fun, man.
YouTube, if you stuck around long enough, this is the cut, and if you like it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button because, you know what I'm saying, your boy Black Prince the Barber will be laying cuts down. Now, I don't know how often I'm going to be laying them down, but you know what I'm saying, they're going to get laid down. But with that being said, man, it's your boy Black Prince the Barber with them fresh cuts for 2023. We're going to bring 2024 in with a banger, man. So with that being said, man, please hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications, and you can also follow me on Instagram at black_prince79 and on TikTok at your TikTok barber 1. But with that being said, man, may God bless.
Alright, no man, Black Prince, man. Real talk, man. Go follow my nigga, real talk.